Good day. In this video, I'm going to share my experiences hosting online courses using the Thinkific platform. I no longer use Thinkific, and I would like to share why that is. I would also like to share about my experiences with Thinkific generally speaking. So if you're new to online courses or you're just trying to make up your mind with regards to what video hosting platform or what course hosting platform to use, you might want to hear about this. Before I go into that, I would like for you to click on the subscribe button below so that you can get updates and future videos from me. So I made use of the Thinkific platform for about 2 months. I had checked out a number of options online. I had found options like Teachable, Thinkific, Podia, Kajabi, and some other ones like that. But among all of them, Thinkific was my top choice. My reasons for choosing Thinkific were: number one, the pricing. I felt that the cost was reasonable considering the features that it was offering. I eventually went for what was known as the growth plan. And on that plan, I was paying $99 per month. I had a free trial for 1 month. And if I had wanted to pay for the annual subscription, it would have been $79. Still a lot of money, but I felt it was reasonable considering the features that they were offering. Another reason for choosing Thinkific was the ease of coming up with designs. So I have some experience with web design. I could have designed something better with better tools, but I felt that given the limited nature of a site like that, I felt that they still had features that enabled me to come up with a creative design. I loved the end product. I loved the fact that I could incorporate different designs. I could be creative using their interface. It wasn't perfect. It didn't give me the level of customization that I would have loved, but it wasn't bad. I felt that it was still a very good trade-off. Another reason for choosing it was that it was easy to use. I could get started within a matter of hours. I had courses up and running within hours. The part of the course creation process that took time was actually creating the courses, recording the courses and doing stuff like that. But everything that had to do with the interface was quick and easy. It felt intuitive. It felt like something that I didn't need any form of training on. Another advantage of using Thinkific for me was the availability of resource materials. For any problem I encountered, all I had to do was do a Google search, and then I found links to different resources, some from other course creators, some from Thinkific, some from their help and support pages, and all of those. So I didn't feel lost at any point in time. It was quite easy to get all the help that I needed. On the growth plan that I picked, Thinkific allowed me to have access to my customer data. I had access to the data of my students. They were my students, not Thinkific's clients, and I had full access to their data. I could also accept payments directly. There was no cut going in for Thinkific. The only thing I had to do was to ensure that I was paying my monthly fees, but they weren't taking any cut or anything like that on that particular plan. I think that for some of the plans before that, the ones that don't cost as much, they get to have commissions, and those ones also come with some disadvantages. But for the growth plan, I had full control over my earnings. One last advantage I had was that it was white labeled. It was almost completely white labeled. There was no reference whatsoever to Thinkific. I could use it as my platform in its entirety. And it would take somebody who was maybe already familiar with Thinkific to know that that was what I was using, which worked out pretty well for me. I should mention though that when it came to sending emails to students, acceptance emails, registration emails, things like that, those emails originated from Thinkific servers and showed as coming from thinkific.com. So for the keen-eyed students, they would have been able to see the platform I was using by having a look at the emails. But for every other thing, it was white labeled. It was very difficult to tell that this was coming from any specific platform. So considering that I had all these incredible features, why then did I decide that I was going to leave? For me, it was one simple reason. I am from Nigeria, and Nigerians do not readily have access to PayPal. Or better still, if you're a resident in Nigeria, your banking options are in Nigeria, then you don't have access to receiving payments on PayPal. You can make payments through PayPal, but you cannot receive payments. And that means that for online course creators like me, for online entrepreneurs, there is that big limitation. We're usually excluded from things that have to do with PayPal payments, so platforms where we have to receive payments via PayPal. The Thinkific platform allows you to receive payments through either PayPal or Stripe, and sadly, I didn't have either of the options. When I researched further, I saw that they also allowed some workarounds through which I could still have students and accept payments, and I was able to do those successfully. As a matter of fact, I was using a Nigerian payments platform known as Paystack, and that worked out great for me. However, the problem with the way Thinkific is designed is that if you're making use of any of their workarounds, you don't have some of the native features of the platform. For example, you can't offer coupons, you can't do discounts, you can't display your prices on the landing page and things like that, because those things were built around either PayPal or Stripe, not the third-party workarounds. The other issue with that was that in order to receive those payments, I had to automate the process using something known as Zapier, and that would also cost me extra money per month. So I looked at everything and I decided that since I wasn't getting the full value, I wasn't getting exactly what I needed, then it was no longer worth it for me. So what am I saying? Under slightly different circumstances, like for example, me living probably in the US or some Western country where accepting PayPal wouldn't be an issue, I would love Thinkific. Thinkific would be a great option for me under such circumstances. But given the specifics of my own scenario, I had to pay extra, do more customization, and at the end of the day still have results that were not at the very best that they could have been. So I felt that it wasn't worth it to continue with the monthly payments, and I decided to do a custom built platform that would have options that were better suited to my scenario. So that's it. That's my experience with Thinkific. I think it's a great platform. I think it has lots of great features. I only wish that it could be tailored more to scenarios like mine. As my journey with online courses progresses, I'm going to be sharing more and more updates about the different things I'm doing, the things that are working and the ones that are not working as well as I would have loved. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for those updates. Thank you. See you in the next video.